What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to the MC Show. It is your boy MC. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Any and all help would be greatly appreciated. Today's episode, we are going to be going over a lot of the free agency moves, trades, and re-signings that have been going on for about the past week. Got a couple draft takes I want to get off, but mostly it's going to be focusing on a free agency move. So again, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video with friends, families, even complete strangers. First and foremost, there was a trade. I think this happened the day of the draft or the day before the draft. But it was a three-team trade between the Atlanta Hawks, Brooklyn Nets, and who was the third team? Boston Celtics. The big fish was Porzingis going from Boston to Atlanta. Boston continuing to, after the Drew Holiday trade, continuing to shed money to not be in the second apron. They're not competing next year for a championship as Jason Tatum recovers from his Achilles injury. There's no point in having that much luxury tax on your bill if you're not competing. So continuing to shed money. Atlanta gets Porzingis. You know, the East, with three of the superstars in the league with Achilles injuries, unfortunately, the East is kind of going to be weak next year. So if Atlanta is looking at the East and like, listen, Orlando, they made a trade. We got to make some moves too. If we can make a move on the margins, then maybe we could compete. Maybe we can get out the play-in tournament mix that we've been in for the past 3-4 years, and maybe we can get up to 4, 5, 6, maybe. Porzingis says he's healthy. We don't know. He was dealing with a viral illness last season. Still don't even understand what the viral illness is, but he says he's ready to go. I don't know if he's going to be actually, now that I think about it, I don't know if he's going to be the backup center or the starting center. They have Onyeka Okongwu, of course. He really came on last season. Might be time for him to start and have him as your starting center of the future. He plays both ends of the floor. I thought he was really impressive, even offensively to me. He started shooting some threes. But Porzingis obviously has helped winning. He is a winning player now. Was very important in their regular season dominance. Got injured in the playoffs, but you saw that first quarter against against the Dallas Mavericks in the finals. He is an important player. He still plays both sides of the floor. He's a star-ish level player. You get that on your team, and basically 1 year, I want to say $30 million. He's on an expiring contract. I think that's a fine deal for Atlanta. Georges Niang, the pick goes to Boston, and Atlanta dumps Terrence Mann, who, there's no point in having Terrence Mann on your team. But they dump him to Brooklyn. So all in all, I just think that wasn't necessarily some sort of game-changing trade, but I do think it can help the Atlanta Hawks for the future, the immediate future, because he's only on a 1-year contract, of course. A couple other free agency signings that I wanted to go over. You got Fred VanVleet, 2 years, $50 million deal. Great value for the Houston Rockets, who had a team option for Fred VanVleet, $44 million. Declined that option, re-signed it for $25 a year for the next 2 seasons. I mean, W deal. Fred VanVleet has been extremely important with the turnaround of the Houston Rockets franchise. Plays good point of attack defense, good on-ball defender, steals the ball, organizes offense. Everything that you would want in a point guard. I thought it was really good value. You get Davion Mitchell, 2 years, $24 million deal. I think that's great value for the Miami Heat and for Davion Mitchell. I thought that's sort of around the kind of money I thought he would get in free agency. He was a restricted free agent and coming off a really nice stint in Miami after the Jimmy Butler trade, and he won them that playing game. He's tough. He is more of a two-way player than I originally thought. I'm not gonna say he's an elite offensive player. He's a really good defensive player. Offensive, I'm not gonna say he's there yet, but he's better offensively than I thought he was from the Sacramento and Toronto days. So I thought that was pretty good value on both sides. Sam Merrill, 4-year, $38 million deal. Good value. He's an important player. The way that they move, the way that they create open shots, a lot of open threes. Sam Merrill fits right in. He's a three-point shooter, a little bit better of a defender than he might get credit for. But he spaces the floor. He's extremely important to their team and their philosophy on offense. The one thing though is that takes away that when you couple in the Lonzo Ball, Isaac Okoro trade, just a one-for-one player-for-player swap trade between the Chicago Bulls and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Lonzo Ball defensively is fantastic as long as he's healthy. That's the only thing, as long as he's healthy. But defensively, good perimeter defender, great passer, extremely high IQ, can score, became a threat from the three-point line, something that Isaac Okoro has never consistently been. As great defensively as he is a better defender than Lonzo Ball. Lonzo Ball has everything else offensively. He has the defense, but he also has the IQ, the playmaking, the passing, speed. Like, he has all of that. So I think it's a good trade for them. Lonzo Ball has, I want to say, 10 million on his contract right now. Isaac Okoro has 11, so it's the contract wise it matches. But Isaac Okoro, I'm pretty sure they're just done with that experience. You know, good player, but not good enough. I think that's how I look at it from Cleveland side. But when you couple in the Isaac Okoro Lonzo Ball trade with the Sam Merrill signing, Ty Jerome is not going to come back. What team is going to get Ty Jerome? We'll see. I don't know. Orlando. Is Orlando going to bring him off the bench? It's so crazy because Banchero and Ty Jerome argued one time. They had a little confrontation. Ty Jerome said, "I'll start on your team." Now, if Orlando were somehow to take him, that'd be, he want to start on their team. But he would help because they're a team that offensively is challenged. It's a team that's offensively challenged. But Ty Jerome is likely to go somewhere else. We'll see where he goes. Naz Reid, 5-year, $125. That was a very good deal for both sides. You're going to hear me say that a lot because a lot of these contracts and a lot of the years and the value, the numbers that they come in at, I think it's been really good for a lot for both sides. Naz Reid at $25 million a year. He's been a damn good player for them for the past several seasons. The three-point shot is real. The three-point threat of him is real. 6'11". He can play with Gobert. He played with Towns. It doesn't matter. He just fits into any lineup. To retain him for the long term, I thought was an absolute W for Minnesota. You get Kyrie re-signs, 3 years, $119 million. That's about $39 million a year. I think that's a great deal. Kyrie is going to miss all of next season, but you're banking on 26, 27, 27, 28 for Kyrie to be 100% healthy and be able to give the Mavericks a chance at a championship. I don't believe that the Dallas Mavericks are going to win one. That's what the Nico Harrison is betting on, that Anthony Davis and Kyrie can get you a championship. Could they? Yes, but are you betting on that in 2026 and 2027? I don't know. It's a steep, it's a small window, very, very small window for two injury-prone players, but the value itself I thought is really, really nice. Julius Randle number came in today, 3 years, $100 million deal with a player option on the last year, the 27-28 season. I think that's also good value. That's about $33 a year. Last season, I thought after the adductor injury he came back from post All-Star break, he was fantastic. The team went on a run to grab the 6th seed. They went on a run in the playoffs to the conference finals, first time back-to-back years. And Julius Randle was a big part of that. He was really, really impressive in their run into the conference finals. Very, very impressive against the Warriors. Very, very impressive against the Lakers. Struggled a bit against Oklahoma City, but everybody struggled against Oklahoma City, so I don't know if I should really hold that against him too much. But re-signing him, I thought was a W move. He's 30 years old. It's a movable contract, 33 million. I know it sounds like a lot, but it's not as immovable as like the Bradley Beal's contract. You know what I'm saying? There's a big gap. So both sides being able to, like Minnesota being able to retain him, but also retain him at a value that could potentially, if they wanted to move him, could potentially move him. W for both sides. Let me go to Shams Charania page to see if there's been any other moves. There was a trade that actually came on just before I started recording. It was Colin Sexton trade. Hold on, I want to get the full details here. Yes, this just in, literally right before I started recording. Utah is sending Colin Sexton and a 2030 second round pick to the Hornets for Jusuf Nurkic. This isn't a big trade, but I will say I think the Hornets getting Colin Sexton, I think, is impressive because he's a dog. If you watch Colin Sexton play, Colin Sexton is an absolute dog. Probably, I would say he's very underrated. He's been in Utah, so I don't think Utah has necessarily, like, nobody watches Utah, so maybe people don't know. But Colin Sexton is a good player. He's still young. Not an old guy at all, even though he's been in the league for, I want to say 6-7 years now. He's still a young enough player, and for a Charlotte team that needs to show some sort of progress, this guy can help. Somebody with like some defensive tenacity, I think, can really help them, and I think he fits that. And also getting a second round pick for that, I think is cool. For the Utah Jazz, I have no idea why they have Jusuf Nurkic, and that is my analysis. I have no idea why he's there, but whatever. I mean, you have like Duncan Robinson declining his $20 million option. Could he re-sign with the Miami Heat? Remains to be seen. I'm all for. Duncan Robinson's like 30 years old. From a Heat fan, it might be time to let him go. He is the greatest shooter in Miami Heat history, but I want to see the team just go completely young. They do need shooting. That's the funny part. It's like Duncan Robinson is a player that, like, they need his shooting because they don't have much shooting on the roster outside of Tyler Hero. Tyler Hero is their best shooter, their best offensive player, but they don't have anything else after that. So in terms of like Duncan Robinson, the type of player he is, they need to keep him. But in terms of the age, I don't know if they should keep him. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I think there was some LeBron news as well. LeBron is picking up his 52. Let me get the number. Malik Beasley's under investigation. Can you believe that? Oh yes, the $52.6 million. There was also reports from Shams that LeBron doesn't know. It sounded like LeBron doesn't know if he wants to stay with the Lakers for the rest of his career, which obviously is very short now because he's 40 years old. But he's picking up the option in hopes to compete this season. But obviously they're going to be working more on Luka's timeline. He just turned 26 in February. So the smart thing to do is to be on Luka's timeline because Luka is the younger player. You also want to simultaneously have a chance to win and compete in the West, which is something LeBron wants to do. But if he doesn't see that, does he want to trade? I don't know. I'm under the impression LeBron is gonna end his career in Los Angeles with the Lakers. I don't see him being traded unless he asks for a trade. Then I'm gonna be shocked. I would be shocked. But as of right now, I'm just gonna look at it as noise. I'm not gonna look at it as anything else other than, some LeBron, some drama, some noise. LeBron is on the Lakers. The Lakers want to compete now. Obviously, they have a chance when LeBron is retired to compete with Luka on Luka's timeline. They're going to be making a lot of moves more on Luka's timeline, which is the correct decision. But they still might have a chance to compete in the West. Could they be the 3 seed again? Yes. Could they drop down to 6? Wouldn't be surprised. But with just how stacked the West is and how there's so much after the Oklahoma City Thunder. I think there's just a big jumble of teams that you think could be the third seed, and they're in that jumble. But we'll see. I'm not gonna make too many claims on LeBron right now. I'm not. He's on the Los Angeles Lakers. I expect him to be there. I expect the team to compete. That's really it for me. Will say Dorian Finney-Smith did also decline his $15 million player option. Teams are going to want Dorian Finney-Smith. He's your typical 3-and-D guy. The Lakers are a team that they can retain him, and I think that they probably should retain him. But if he costs too much money, I think they should just let him go. If he costs too much money and you don't want to commit long-term money to Dorian Finney-Smith, as good as he is, then honestly, I think they should let him go. That's just my personal opinion. Maybe you guys disagree with me. Let me know down below in the comment section. Is it like if the Lakers lose Dorian Finney-Smith to another team, are you guys that mad? I don't know if I'm that mad. Unless, they will have to replace him. If they don't replace him, then I will understand. But if he's too expensive, then they cut your losses. I don't really think it's that big of a deal if they cut their losses like that. Oh yes, Masai Ujiri. Masai Ujiri is gone, guys. The guy who got Toronto their first championship was let go. It says here, reported by Shams, Ujiri was entering the final year of his contract. They didn't reach another agreement to re-sign him, so he's out. What's the direction of Toronto Raptors? Beats me. I don't even know what the direction was with Masai Ujiri. Were they trying to tank? Are they trying to compete? There's RJ Barrett rumors. They signed Brandon Ingram. They traded for him and then gave him a big contract. Like, what are they trying to do? I don't know. I feel like they're tiptoeing the line between tanking and competing, and a lot of teams, that usually doesn't end up well for them. The Miami Heat, they did that last season. I don't know. It hasn't really ended up well for them. Like, you sort of have to pick a direction. Are you gonna compete with Scotty Barnes and Emmanuel Quickly and be younger and try to make the 8th seed or whatever, or are you gonna rebuild and get younger and try to accumulate draft picks? Like, there's no reason why I should be holding on to Jakob Poeltl like that. Let him go. Let him go. I don't understand that. Like, I don't understand the direction of the Toronto Raptors. You should not be struggling to make a decision for this long. That's just my opinion. I will say, however, they're not as confusing as the New Orleans Pelicans, who decided to trade a 2026 first-round pick for Derek Queen. This is going to be the last thing before we get out of here. Why did Joe Dumars do that? Why did you do that? Trading a 2026 first-round pick that's going to be valuable. Listen, could it end up as 20? Yes. I'm not saying it's going to be 2, the second pick or whatever. Could it end up as a mid-first round pick? Yes. But trading a 2026 first-rounder, jumping up from 23 to 13, not even jumping up from 23 to 5, 23 to 4, 23 to 13, to the end of the lottery, to draft Derek Queen. Like, do you think you're going to be good? I don't understand. The Pelicans, y'all think y'all going to be good next season? Yeah, you have Zion Williamson, who barely plays. You just traded CJ McCollum to get Jordan Poole. Okay, what is Jordan Poole going to do for you? He's not going to help you win. DeJounte Murray, he's going to be out until January, February, recovering from his Achilles injury. Then the rest of the team is Yves Missi and Derek Queen and Jordan Hawkins and Jeremiah Fears. And what is that going to do for you in the West? What is that going to do for you? Nothing. Do they believe that they're going to compete? Because that's sort of a trade where it's like, nah, that's a F them picks. Let's get the guy that we want, and we already have a team established that can go all the way, or not go all the way, but compete to get a 6th seed or 5th seed or something. I don't even know if they can make the 12th seed. I'm genuinely mind boggled by the fact that they decided to just give Atlanta Hawks a future first like that. If you're Atlanta, like, Atlanta low-key been making some smooth moves. To get that pick, you get Porzingis, a little on the margin move. Like, they've made some good trades. I've liked what they've done so far. But the Pelicans, like, my God, like, I haven't heard a single person like say the trade was like well worth it, because it wasn't. I'm not sure why they would do that. I genuinely don't have like a good explanation for it. I genuinely don't have one. It's actually insane that they did that. They still like, and there's trade rumors around their guys. There's trade rumors around Trey Murphy. There's trade rumors around Herb Jones. Are they gonna keep those guys? They probably should keep those guys, unless a really enticing offer comes by. Then it's like, we might have to sell on these two guys. Like, you don't have anything. You don't have an established identity on offense. You don't have an established identity on defense. You just have Willie Green. You're just giving him lineups and players who are unproven or injured all the time. Like, I don't know what you think you're going to get from this roster, but it's not going to be a lot. That was just a quick rapid fire on a bunch of free agency moves that's happened so far. There's still a bunch of big moves that we're waiting for to happen. A bunch of big dominoes that we're waiting to fall. Jonathan Kuminga, what's he going to get? Is he going to stay with the Warriors? You got like all the guys in the 2021 draft class who are looking for new contracts, like Jonathan Kuminga or Josh Giddey. I know Giannis is going to be a question. I don't see any Giannis I don't see any Giannis trade requests happening right now. But there's gonna be a lot of, I think, fringe moves from teams to try to compete next season on both the Eastern Conference and Western Conference. And quickly, I'd even mention, now that you re-sign Naz Reid and Randall, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, they're probably not gonna re-sign him. Teams are gonna go after him. The Warriors probably, get in on that. Clippers, if you got money, you might want to get in on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, teams like that might want to, if they might roll out the full mid-level exception for Nickeil Alexander-Walker. It's going to be interesting. There's a lot of big moves and small moves that got to get ironed out within the next couple weeks. Of course, I'm going to have all of that for you here. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know down below, did your team make a move? Did you like your draft? Did you like your free agency trade or re-signing? Let me know down below in the comment section, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.